check out a loco we prepared earlier. It's not much better, but there it is in the centre of the picture. It's coming up soon, so you best get your skates on. This cheeky fella's been watching too much TV. He's got square eyes. If you're railway mad, then this is the channel for you. This is the renamed Railway Maniacs YouTube channel, where we aim to bring you a fresh new episode every other Sunday. Before we could carry out the operations that you saw in the previous couple of episodes on Railway Mad, that showed us removing the pony truck. Before we could do that, we had to remove the springs on all the driving axles. Let's take a look underneath and see who's under there. Hello, Hugh.
That's that moving that spring straight away, that is.
A second?
That's moving that spring straight away.
Yeah.
Hugh has the jack placed centrally underneath the leaf spring, while Alan on the left tries just giving the pin a little tap, just so the clearance is increased where the split pin goes through, which will make it easier to remove. As you can see, my little yellow arrow placed there is just showing the direction of travel that Alan is tapping the pin. To save you from a little bit of information overload, we're going to check out a loco we prepared earlier, and that is Sidmouth 34010, which is Sir Frederick Pile's sister locomotive. The large gap in the frames you see there is where the axle, one of the driving axles go through. The sides of that hole is known as the horn guides, while the green painted brace on the bottom is known as the horn stay. The small welded on red legs that you see there hanging down from the frames are the spring hangers. The leaf springs sit on top of those, and some locating pins slide down in the springs and through them spring hangers to keep the springs in place. They're held in there with some split pins again and cotters. Hopefully that helped you understand a little bit more about what's going to happen underneath here with these springs. Now let's go back to the spring hangers of Sir Frederick Pile and take a look at those, see how they're going to come apart. Each end of the spring is held on with a retaining pin, which is held in place by a triangular shaped cotter shown in the red arrow. The yellow is the retaining pin. With these items removed, it is only that little retaining pin that Alan was trying to knock out earlier, and the weight of the loco that is holding his spring in place. Well, I think it's time to introduce you to a few more components. Here we have the axle box. The axle box houses the axle bearing. And obviously the axle rotates. Inside the bearing, the axle box travels up and down over the bumps. Inside the horn guides, there is a number of lesser components that have already been removed, so we can't show them on this video. But down below there, underneath the axle, we have the axle box under keep, and where I'm about to point is the inside of the horn stays. And you can see just below is the spring. Inside the horn stay is actually part of the spring assembly. I have just been reminded of a comment from one of our previous videos from a chap called Blitz Bob, who wanted to see another view of the pin that holds the trailing truck in place. So we're going to have a little bit of a better look at that. It's not much better, but there it is in the centre of the picture in its fully assembled state. Later on another video, we will actually show that pin in its entirety. Hugh has managed to get one of the springs off using a scaffold board to break its fall. He's just knocking the pin out of the second one by the looks of it. Jacking it up a bit more. Just a quick note that we're going to have a trade stall at the London Festival of Railway Modelling at the Alexandra Palace. It's coming up soon, so you best get your skates on. It's on the 15th and 16th of March. So you can come along there and ask us some questions about what's happening with our locos. Find out more about Eddystone 34028 on how it's getting ready to return to the main line. Ask us about your favourite loco of ours. Could it be Eddystone? Could it be Sidmouth? Could it be Sir Keith Park 303 Squadron? Sir Frederick Pile? Maybe Manston 257 Squadron? Brocklebank Line 8104? Or even our little austerity Norman? You can actually help us restore and overhaul these locomotives by purchasing some of their old parts. Here are parts from Sir Frederick Pile that we've made into robots and pen holders. This cheeky fella's been watching too much TV. He's got square eyes. These lovely robots and desktop pen holders are made from these pipes from the locomotive's superheater elements. You can help us by actually joining us and buying a share in Southern Locomotives Limited and become a shareholder in 9 steam locomotives. So if you're railway mad, come along to the London Festival of Railway Modelling at the Alexandra Palace in London and check us out. In the meantime, between them, Hugh, Alan, Liam and Richard Green from Locos in Profile managed to finish the job by removing those springs, dragging them out and loading them up on a pallet, all ready for the forklift to load them up and take them away for inspection. To watch our last exciting episode, click to the left. And to subscribe to our channel, click to the right.